always remember, the meaning of the word state has gone through 3 layers of expansion. The first layer was referred as ejusdem generis principle. Now what do you mean by ejusdem generis principle? It simply means that you will be state if you do the essential government function. Any function which is a nature of the government. University of Madras versus Santabai, very old case, 50s. Right? So the court sort of took a very, very narrow viewpoint. Police will come under state, but the university will not come under state, because they are not doing an essential government function. Okay? Now obviously it was criticized that the concept of welfare state grew together. The court came that no, this won't work. So they expanded the meaning and said that no, statutory bodies, if an act of parliament is establishing something, university is one of them, that will also become a state. 60-70 judgment, the best is Rajasthan electricity case. Right? And then the court said that no, this will also not work. And then Justice Ayer's famous judgment and said that no, if you are being used as an instrument of a state, or referred as instrumentality principle, it doesn't matter that how you were established, because the statutory principle basically is saying that if you are established by a law of a legislature, then only you will become a state. But this instrumentality principle says that no, even though you are not established by them, but you are being used as a instrument of the state. Now that is a very subjective in nature. How do you define you are being used by the instrument of the state? So one line Justice Ayer said very nicely, there must be deep and pervasive control. Deep and pervasive control. Now that is a matter of question of fact to be analyzed on case by case basis, whether this control is deep or pervasive or not. However, in the later judgment they tried to identify that what are the parameters that shall be taken into account to identify that deepness. So they said administrative control should be there, financial control should be there, legislative control should be there. Okay, so if that is there, now that those things are only illustrative in nature. In BCCI judgment they said no, these are there because BCCI said something, see, these are the 3 things that you have said, so I am not controlled by Government of India, I am not controlled by that, I am not controlled by that, right? So these things do not apply. Right? So the court said that no, these argument that was given with regard to measurement of deep and pervasive control, that is merely illustration. That is merely illustration. It means that the court can come up with multiple other methods to determine this deep and pervasive control. Understood that particular point? Okay, right? So these all information you have to write in just one paragraph in exam also. Okay? Just one paragraph. Initially the meaning was quite narrow, ejusdem generis. Acha, let me dictate. I will explain it also. Write down.